Hey book nerds, Zoe here. I hope you all had an awesome Christmas, and today I'm going to be sharing my favourite reads of 2016. Let's go! So I currently hold in my hands the favourite books that I've read this year. So let's kick this off with For, a Divergent collection by Veronica Roth. So for all you Divergent fans, For is set before Divergent up to about halfway through Divergent, and it's told from For's point of view rather than Trish's, which actually makes it super interesting. It's absolutely amazing to see certain characters again in a different way, in a different light than we do in the series, some of which of course were resurrected, as well as getting a completely different side and point of view to Trish and For's relationship. Admittedly, this book did start off like a little bit slow, but it did get very, very good. I'm pretty sure once I got halfway through this book, I just didn't stop reading it, didn't stop to eat, just sort of sped through it. It was absolutely incredible. And without any spoilers for the reason why, the ending just made me so emotional. There were so many feels just in the very last line. It is so cute. I guess what I'm saying is, if you're a Divergent fan and you've read all the books, please read this one. You absolutely have to, absolutely must read. Go ahead, go buy it, just read it, and yeah, okay, I'm done. Next on my list is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I actually started reading this because I heard the film was coming out and my friend had read it and she said how good it was, and I've been watching all the trailers and it looked incredible, so I thought I'd give it a go, and I was not disappointed. This book was just so full of emotion. I was laughing, I was crying, it was just, oh yeah, I loved it so much. Saying how excited I am for the movie, I haven't actually watched it yet. I do have the DVD and I am desperate to watch it, I just haven't actually got round to it yet. So hopefully I will soon, and I'm really hoping it's going to be good, because book to movie adaptations I get very picky about. I'm very arrogant in my love for books. So if even the slightest thing's different, I will automatically pick up on it and be like, nope, that's not right. So I'm nervous and very excited because I've been waiting forever. Next! I am going to confess that I haven't actually finished this screenplay yet, but I have watched the movie and it is amazing. It is the first instalment of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the original screenplay by J.K. Rowling. The movie for this was just incredible. I loved it so much. I was actually very nervous going into this movie, but because Harry Potter series is one of my all-time favourite series, it's very close to my heart, and I was just hoping that I wasn't going to be disappointed, and I wasn't in the slightest. Always have faith in the Queen, Jo Rowling, guys. She is amazing. The way this script is written as well, it's almost like reading one of Jo's books. It's in that much detail, even from the very start. There's just so many descriptions. It is literally like rewatching the movie in your head, just because it goes into so much detail. And it is very well written compared to other screenplays that have come out this year in Harry Potter. Mentioning no names, but yeah, it's a million times better, probably because it was written by J.K. Rowling. There's no plot holes like there is in, and honestly I'm super excited for what they have to bring us in the next 4 movies. Next on my list is The Fever Code by James Dashner. I do know a lot of people who aren't really a fan of the Maze Runner series. In all fairness, I thought this was one of the better of the Maze Runner books. Even though it's a prequel, even though it's not original, it was still amazing, and there was just absolutely crammed with feels, and the characters in it were great. With no spoilers, it was great to see some of these characters resurrected, and it was also amazing to see them when they were younger. Again, not many people actually know what this is about, because there's actually 2 prequels to The Maze Runner. The first one, The Kill Order, which I haven't actually read yet, and of course there's The Fever Code, which is this one, which is actually set from when Thomas is 4 up to when he goes into the maze. It explains all that and explains what Wicked were doing to him during that time and how the maze was built and a lot of stuff like that. It's actually really interesting to read and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a little bit slow in places, but again, it was one of those where you get halfway through and you fall in love with it, and it makes you cry for about an hour afterwards because it's all ended and you don't want it to end yet. Just the ending of this book. I'm gonna have to move away right now before I give any spoilers about what happens in the end of that book. Next on the list is Will Grayson by John Green and David Lefithan. I think I said that right? Yes, I did. This is actually one of my favourites, John Green's. It's the one I read most recently, and I'd read 4 books of his prior to this one, By this point I just sort of entirely trusted him. I mean, John Green's one of my favourite authors. So by the third one, I wasn't even reading the blurb on these books anymore. I didn't even care what they're about. I was just diving straight into them and absolutely loving them, and I did with this book too. It does start off a little bit confusing, but no, once you get past that initial confusingness, it is absolutely heartwarming read. By the ending, I was just bawling tears of joy and emotion, not even sadness. It was just so emotional. And bear in mind, I think I finished this at like 11:30 at night or something. I stayed up just so I could finish it, and I was tired, and it really got to me. Honestly, it was completely worth it. I definitely recommend this. Next on the 2016 list, we have another John Green book, Looking for Alaska. All I have to say about this is general emotion and heartwarmingness and sadness and cuteness and not so cuteness. This book had everything. You got your tension in there for a couple of chapters, you've got me bawling in the back of a car for a couple of chapters, you've got romance in there for a few chapters. Honestly, it was insane. I'd heard about this book a lot and I wasn't quite sure what to expect going into it. I'd read Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns prior to this, but for me personally, Looking for Alaska has trumped all of the John Green books that have so far come out. I've also heard a lot of rumours that Looking for Alaska is soon to be a movie, but as with Me Before You, I'm really looking forward to it, and I bet it's going to be incredible. Number 2 on my reading list is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I'd read all of the Mortal Instruments books and the Infernal Devices books and Bane Chronicles before I read this. I would also recommend reading Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy before reading this too, just because there's some spoilers for Tales of Shadowhunter Academy in here, and that's the same with both of the other series. And plus, if you go into it knowing these characters, you appreciate who they are a lot more. Without saying too much, characters from her other series do make some appearances, not necessarily very big ones, they might only be in there for a scene, but look for them, they're in there. I'm pretty sure at the very start at least there is a reference pretty much every page. If you've read Mortal Instruments and you've read Infernal Devices, read this. It's definitely one of my favourite books now. I'm internally screaming because Lord of Shadows is going to be released very soon. It was originally the 11th of April 2017, but yeah, they decided to put that backwards and just kill us even more by putting it back to, I think it's the 24th of May, don't quote me on that, but I'm really excited for that. I swear to God, the ending of this book is a massive cliffhanger, and you just want to know what happens next now and before, because I've been reading the series after they've been coming out. I've just been able to go straight to the next book, and I've never had this with one of Cassie Clare's books before, and I've never known how much I need this next book in the series, and it's coming out ages away, and I can't wait, honestly. And I think I'm about to explode, so I'm going to have to move on to the next book, which probably isn't going to be better. But before I move on to the next book, I'm just going to do a honourable mentions, maybe, sort of thing, just for other books that I have read this year that didn't quite make it into the favourites, either because they just didn't touch me in the same way these guys did, or simply because I didn't like them that much. Here they are. Quidditch Through the Ages and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them textbooks by J.K. Rowling. Unfortunately they can't be here with us today for the covers, but oh well. And while we're on the subject of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the screenplay, based on the books by J.K. Rowling and written by John Thorne and Jack Tiffany. Yeah, I'm just gonna, Avada Kedavra! It's been deaded. Paper Towns and An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Gone from the Gone series by Michael Grant. The Lord of the Rings Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. After You by Jojo Moyes. Shadowhunters and Downwarders, edited by Cassandra Clare. And The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Rees Brennan and Maureen Johnson. This is, guys, my favourite read of 2016 and also my favourite read of all time, and just saying it's pretty damn hard to get past Harry Potter, but these guys managed it. The Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. Unfortunately, again, the first book in this series, Clockwork Angel, can't be with us today. It's taking a holiday with a friend. But that doesn't matter, because all that matters is that they are a thing and they exist, and I have read them this year and they are my favourite series of all time. The plot is fantastic, the characters are just so lovable, it's absolutely crammed with feels, and it's absolutely beautifully written. Mortal Instruments I did like very much. I loved the characters, loved the plot line. The writing style wasn't necessarily incredible. These guys redeemed it. And as well as all of that, it is also where my favourite book of all time belongs, and that is Clockwork Princess. It's just so beautifully written, and it's got so many awesome things happening in it. And Tessa, I love her as a character, and I love Jem and Will. Also the love triangle in this, I don't think that's a spoiler, it's pretty much on the blurb of every damn one of these books. I just love this book so much, it just sits right here in my heart continuously. It's one of those things that I can go back to anytime I want, and I'll still have exactly the same feelings, I'd still love exactly the same characters. For me, it beats both Mortal Instruments and Lady Midnight. I mean, I know I've got to take in the fact that this is the last book in a series. I love last books in the series, just that's something you probably need to know about me. I am like an absolute digger for the last books in the series. In most cases, they are my favourite. I know Lady Midnight was the first book in the series, but that still won't knock my view that this book is, I can't even think of the right word. There is no words. That is the word. That this book is just indescribably good. I'm gonna have to use that more often. Read this series, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Comment below what your favourite reads of 2016 were, and also which books you're most looking forward to read in the new year. Hope to see you soon. Bye!